Hey, you sexy social marketing chicks! Are you looking for a no BS, no excuses way to show up for your social selling business and your life? Well, my friend, you're in friggin' luck. Because I'm going to be in your ear hole every week, giving you social marketing training, tips, motivation, and encouragement to help you take the out of network marketing and run your business like a friggin' boss. I'm Tracy Lockard, and you're tuning in to me, that social marketing chick. Hello, you guys. So it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since I've been recording a podcast. I was super busy focusing on growing my business and doing a lot of really cool projects that you're gonna get a little peek at here shortly. But I've been doing some really cool stuff, so I've been focusing on that, so I haven't been able to get on here. But guys, like, that time has passed, and I'm about to throw some network marketing stuff all over you, and you're gonna love it. Before I get into it, though, I am gonna do the social marketing chick of the week. And this one, oh my gosh, it just put a smile on my face when I read it. Because it's just so funny. So the social marketing chick of the week is Danielle Coffer, and she says, "Team Money is the best." Can I just take a moment and say that I absolutely adore that nickname? I'm 100% down for that. That can just be what I'm called from now on. Anyway, she says, "Team Money is the best. I absolutely love this podcast. It's the best thing out there for people in the social selling space. You need to be listening to this." All caps, very long need. You need this in your ear holes. I've listened so much. I've learned so much from this chick. My business and my heart are just exploding from everything she has poured into it. Thank you so much, Danielle. That is so friggin' sweet. That is so sweet. I love reading these things. I love doing this stuff, you guys. I love it. So she is the social marketing chick of the week. Thank you so much, Danielle. Love the reviews, guys. Keep the reviews coming. So far it's been really good feedback. I'm digging it. You guys have been super helpful, and have given me some really good stuff. So thanks. Keep them coming, and you could be the next social marketing chick of the week. But guys, I am talking about why this overnight success BS mindset is kind of killing your business. Okay. And you guys know what I'm talking about. We've all heard the story about the girl that joined the network marketing company, and all of a sudden she earned like 3 cars in 2 days. And that story gets passed around like all over the freaking place. And for some reason we think that that is the norm. That is what is the typical thing in network marketing. And guys, it absolutely is not. Those stories do happen, and those stories are really awesome. However, they are pretty freaking rare. It just doesn't seem that way because that's always the stories that are talked about. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, this overnight success story, it just doesn't happen. I'm gonna take a moment and take a sip of my a sip of my monster. Oh, it's delicious. I need energy, you guys. I need it. And these are delicious. That's all I have to say. I'm not selling Monster. I just really like them. Anyways, guys, so I'm going to talk about why this is killing your business, and I'm going to talk about why this is 100% not real. Okay? And I'm going to give you a little bit of my backstory. For those of you that don't know me personally, or maybe don't know me from any of my trainings online or my social media or anything like that, I'm going to give you my backstory so you guys understand, like, everybody starts at zero. Everybody starts at zero. Like, it's every top earner that you can think of in the industry, they started at zero. They didn't just join a company and all of a sudden they were just, had had this downline of thousands of people and they were just crushing ass all over the place. That's not the way it works, okay? It may look that way, but 99% of the time, people that are top earners, they worked for years to build up their network and to get to where they are now. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you're new, you've got this, you've heard the stories about the magical unicorn girl that earned all the cars in 2 days, and you think that is the norm. And then whenever you don't do that, it ruins you. It ruins you. It just sours you, puts you in a poopy mood, and you're just like, I must suck at this because I have not earned my 3 cars and I've been at this for a week. Guys, I'm here to tell you that's not a thing. Okay, I've had people say these kinds of things to me. That's why I'm bringing this up. I've had people say things to me like, "Oh, well, of course you're successful. Of course you're successful. You've been doing this. Of course you're successful." Guys, it yes, I've heard the thing of well, you're Tracy. Of course you're successful. Okay, I wasn't always Tracy. I wasn't always Tracy Lockhart. I wasn't always doing this. I started at zero just like everybody else. Everybody starts at zero. Okay? Here's a little dip into my backstory. I was a teacher. I was a teacher. I was an art teacher, mind you. I know that for those of you that see me on YouTube or follow me on Instagram or whatever, I know that's probably shocking. The shaved head chick with that's covered in tattoos, she's the art teacher. Shocker, right? But yes, I was the teacher, was an art teacher, at a very small town. Guys, I grew up in a town that had a population of 200 people. Okay, like, you want to talk about small town stuff, you guys? That's where I came from. That's where I grew up. Not to mention, when I first started in this industry, I had no Facebook. I didn't even have a Facebook account. I had no Facebook. I had no Instagram account. I used to make fun of people who had social media. Yeah, I'm kicking myself in the ass for that one now. But at the time, whenever I first started network marketing, I had no social media at all. I had nothing. So I had zero network, not even in person network, because like I said, town of 200 people, not a whole lot going on there, unless you want to watch the corn grow. That's pretty much the situation over here. Okay. So, um, I started with absolutely no network. And I kind of got into this by complete accident. It was a health and wellness company. I started using the products because I had just had my second kid and I wanted to lose some weight. So I started using the products. I liked the products. And then someone told me that, if you joined the company, you would get a discount on these products. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Like, who doesn't love a good discount? I certainly do. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just join and I'll get a discount on these products. I had no intention of like running it like a business. I didn't even know that network marketing was an industry. Okay. I had no clue. I just knew that I bought these products from this chick and I liked them. So if I could get a discount on them, then, right on. Right. So that's what I did. I just kind of fell into this by accident. And then once I got in and I was added to all of, the team pages and all that stuff, and I started looking around and I started seeing all of these moms that were making like 5 figures a month, like hella good money, way more than I was making as a teacher. That's for damn sure. And I was like, wait a second, hold up. Like, how is this happening? How is this happening? And I knew from what I was dealing with, I needed more money. Like, plain and simple. I was a teacher. My husband was a teacher. Guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but teachers don't make a whole lot of money. They just don't, especially in our teacher. Like, it's not good stuff, guys. So we needed money. And on top of that, we have 2 kids, both of which happen to be autistic, which comes with a lot of, therapy appointments, doctor's appointments, things like that. And not all of that stuff is covered by insurance, you guys. Like, we needed more money. Not to mention, that was just more of the external stuff. Like we needed more money. Everybody needs more money though, right? Like, everybody does. But I personally, I just had my second kid and I was still working full time as a teacher, and I was working an hour and 15 minutes away from my home. So I had a really long commute in the morning, had a really long commute at night, and I was missing everything with my kids. I was missing all the firsts, not to mention my daughter had just been diagnosed with autism. She was having a really hard time, lots of sensory meltdowns, lots of things like that, because she was still little. She was still trying to, we were still trying to figure the whole thing out, right? And so I would get, messages, calls from the sitter all day long. She's doing this. I don't know what to do. And I felt very helpless. I remember one day I was sitting at my desk in my classroom, and it was a break time, and all the kids were out of my room, and I opened up my phone, saw these, SOS messages of I don't know what to do for her, and I just burst into tears because I just felt like such a shitty mom because I wasn't there, you know, and that I needed to be there. I needed to get into something that wasn't going to take up so much of my time because my time needed to be spent with my kids and to give them what it was that they needed. And so I dove in. I dove all in head first. Like I was just like, I'm gonna crush this. Like I'm gonna do all the freaking things. Like everything that they were telling us to do, everything my upline taught, like everything. I just did everything. Um, you always hear the phrase, you got to be coachable. I was hella coachable. I was just like, anything you say, I'm going to do it. Like, trust me. Um, so I did. I dove in. Problem was, I was working in a very, very red ocean of people, right? It was super oversaturated, and that's the thing is with network marketing, there are 10 million network marketers. And this is actually kind of an old stat, so it's probably more by now, but 10 million network marketers in the US alone. You guys, that is a red ocean AF. Okay, that's oversaturated, period. And and that's the problem with network marketing is when you come into it, you're all given the exact same materials. You all get the same box of stuff with the same materials, and you're all taught to sell it in the exact same way. And guys, that doesn't work. That just does not work. Um, and I was taught, the same things that everybody else is taught. I was taught to cold message, make a list of all the people, any humans that have breath in their lungs. Make a list of those people, reach out to them. I was taught to, spam my feed with all the company logos and the company sales graphics and all that stuff. Guys, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. I was so frustrated. I remember I was so frustrated because I was like, I am doing every damn thing I am told to do, and it's just, I'm not getting any leads. People are unfriending me. This isn't working. What's going on? So I went back to the drawing board. Okay. I knew that there has to be a way around this. It can't be, there has to be some other way to do this. So I went back to the drawing board and I learned how to work my social media better. Instead of spamming it up and all that jazz, I started to grow my network. I started to give more value. I started to use it in a better manner than what I was doing. And I started prospecting every day. I started sending prospecting messages every single day on Instagram. And that took a lot of time, and I kind of felt gross. I'm just being honest, you guys. I felt kind of gross doing it, sending out prospecting messages, but I did it. I did it every single day. And I built a business that way. I built a good business. Um, I was able to quit my teaching job, and I was able to be home full time with my kids, which was my goal. Like I built a good business by doing that, by sending prospecting messages and engaging on my social media like constantly. But that's the thing, is it was constant. It certainly was not passive income in any way, shape, or form. It was not passive income at all. I would be locked in my office for hours, 8 hours a day, just like at my desk, prospecting people, just constantly finding them, sending out the messages, the same message, hey, are you open? Hey, are you open? Um, you look like you would be a really cool person for my team. Are you open? The same thing, like constantly, because it's a numbers game, right? We're always told it's a numbers game. You just got to blow through the numbers. And eventually you're going to find those one or two rock stars that are going to just blow your business up, right? Um, and that is true. It is a numbers game. However, this it was not passive income, and that was why I got into it. That was the whole purpose of me doing this, was so that I could have more time with my kids. Obviously the money was good. The money was good. I'm not saying that. I mean, hey, everybody likes more money, right? I mean, the money, the financial benefits were fantastic, but I didn't have any time freedom. I didn't have any more time freedom than I did when I was a teacher, and that completely defeated the purpose, right? I felt like I was in my classroom all over again. Um, and I knew there had to be a different way to do this. At the rate that I was going, I would send like 50 messages a day. And that was and guys, that's not even a whole lot. I know people that send like, 200 a day. But even doing that, like, it was just taking up so much of my time, and following up and doing all of those things was taking up so much of my time. And I'm not saying that that's a bad way to do it, guys. I'm not dogging it at all. I built a great business doing it this way. But it wasn't suiting me anymore. I didn't want to spend all of my time prospecting and following up with people that would just end up saying, I gotta think about it, or I don't know, I gotta talk to my spouse, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, people who have been in this industry for a while, you guys know what I'm talking about. I knew there had to be a different way to do this. So, being the nerd that I am, I went back to the drawing board again. And I started looking into it, because guys, like, and please don't get me wrong, like, please know that I'm not saying that if you do it this way it's bad, okay? I want to be very, very clear on that, because I did these things. I did in two different companies. I built really good businesses by doing this. Um it was just that it wasn't working for me anymore. And when I was sending the prospecting messages, I wasn't getting the right people, because I was just sending them to anybody, whoever's Instagram looked halfway decent. I was sending messages to those people, and I was constantly getting people that just didn't really want this. They just weren't as into it, and that's okay. That's fine. It's not for everybody. But I was wasting so much time with people that didn't really want this. They weren't really into it. And even if I did convince them, even if I did drag them onto my team and convince them to join, they didn't do anything, because their heart wasn't in it, right? They didn't want it. And that was something I didn't understand, guys. It's something that you have got to understand. People are not going to join you, or for that matter, buy your product, unless they have a pre-existing desire to want what it is that you have, right? To want what it is that you're selling. If they don't have that pre-existing desire, even if you do have the best sales skills on the planet, and you do convince them to join your team, they're not going to do anything, because their heart is not in it. And there's nothing wrong with that. This isn't for everybody. But I was wasting a lot of time with people who were just going to quit in 2 weeks anyways, because it's a pyramid scheme. Right? You guys know those people. It's a pyramid scheme. I didn't have time for that. There's too many people that I was talking to that I just liked their Instagram, so I would send them the message, the prospecting message, and they just had the complete wrong mindset. But you can't tell that just from looking at somebody's Instagram and being like, oh, well, that's really cool, right? I was doing it all the wrong way. So I started doing research, right? The nerd in me, I went back to the drawing board, and I did the research, and I started learning how direct response marketers do this. Because there's people online every day that make a ton of money outside of network marketing, and they do it a certain way. So I started learning real marketing. I started learning real online marketing, and I just took that direct response marketing model, that info product model, and I married it with network marketing. I learned how to marry the two, so that I could automate my business, so I'm not spending so much time away from my kids, and spending all this time away from, having to sit out of family events because I didn't get my prospecting numbers in that day. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it was boiling down to at a certain point. And that just wasn't the lifestyle that I wanted to create for myself. It wasn't my plan. It wasn't why I had gotten into this to begin with. And you know, I I started to implement this stuff that I had learned, this marketing stuff. And I now, my business is now automated. My prospecting is automated, my follow-ups are automated, like all of that stuff. And not to mention, I'm targeting the right kinds of people now, meaning the kinds of people that I was looking for to begin with, which are those people that want this as bad as I do, right? The runners. um so it made it a huge difference. Now, it was definitely a learning curve to get from that point, the very beginning of when I first started 2 years ago, going from the cold messaging point all the way till now. It was definitely a learning curve, and it's a journey. It's something that you guys have to understand is there is no overnight success. This is a journey. You have to learn along the way, and learn what works for you, and learn what you like and what you don't like. Um but it's 110% worth it. When I sit here now, and I'm the top 1% of my company, I it's it's such a difference, like, from where I started. But and I know now that it was all worth it. Everything, all of the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, it was all 110% worth it. But you don't see that when you first get started. You expect to be you compare yourself to somebody else who has been doing this for 2 or 3 years, and you get down on yourself. Guys, overnight success does not exist. Okay? Like you've got to understand that. But to go from spending 8 hours a day prospecting, trying to get people into my business, to now people coming to me and applying to join my downline, all in the background while I do whatever I want to do, it's a complete 180. Okay? And I've learned so friggin' much. I've learned so much along the way. There's been ups, there's been downs. It's a roller coaster. Surely you've heard this before, that entrepreneurship is a roller coaster. Okay? And you've got to know that I have been working at this business, and learning, shoving all of this information into my brain, for 2+ years. And I'm not even done. I'm nowhere near done. I'm nowhere near where I envision myself in the future. It's not over. And I'm sure there's going to be many more ups, and there's going to be many more downs. You just have to understand that this overnight success crap doesn't exist. Okay? It's a journey. You've got to be willing to just strap the fuck in and enjoy the ride, because that's what it's all about, the process. Okay? So if you have just started in network marketing, and you're down on yourself, you're feeling bummed because you're like, oh my God, where's my cars? I have not earned all of the cars that this chick earned in this amount of time. Okay? Stop comparing. Stop looking at the 1 or 2 times that someone blew it up overnight, because 99% of the people that come into this, and a lot of times you think that it's an overnight success, when really behind the scenes, that person has been working on their network and building an online presence for years. For years, guys. It takes time. You just have to be in it for the long haul. Okay? You've got to get that mindset and understand that you've got to be in it for the long haul. Okay? So hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully this pumps you up and helps you to realize that it's not about the overnight success. It's about the journey. It's about strapping in and just doing the damn thing, and learning as you go, figuring out what works for you and what doesn't work for you, right? Um, Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, share this out. Absolutely would appreciate that. Share it in your Instagram stories. Tag me in it. I'll give you a shout out. Um, Absolutely 110%, if I can speak words, appreciate you guys listening to this, and I really, really hope it helped. So guys, I am going to end it here. If you want to know more about how I grow my team, kind of on autopilot, and recruit now as opposed to when I first started, check out my website. Check out thatbosslesslife.com KILLIN.com/training. There's a free training there where I give you all the details about how I do what I do. Okay, so go check it out. But in the meantime, understand that you're doing great. We're at whatever stage you're at. Keep at it, guys. You got this shit. You have got this. I guarantee you. Until next time, you guys. I'm gonna talk at you later. Okay. Peace. Oh, damn, that was a good one, you guys. I have so much more stuff for you guys, too, okay? You want to learn how I auto-recruit to my downline without sending any prospecting messages or bugging my friends and family? I've got a free training for you that is going to be right up your alley. It's a 5-video series where I basically spill the beans on how I do what I do. Go to thatbosslesslife.com/training and prepare to have your mind blown. Bye, guys.